a city unlike any other. When people hear the word city, they often imagine towering stone buildings, crowded streets, and massive walls. The Amazon's ancient settlements were different. They were built to work with the rainforest rather than replace it. Homes were likely constructed from wood, palm leaves, bamboo, and other natural materials. Unlike stone, these materials decay quickly in a tropical climate. Over hundreds of years, nearly every building disappeared. What survived were the features that were built into the landscape itself. Large plazas, raised platforms, roads, canals, earthworks. These permanent structures reveal that the settlements were carefully planned, feeding thousands of people. How could large populations survive in a rainforest with naturally poor soil? The answer appears to be innovation. Ancient Amazonians transformed the soil. In many regions, archaeologists discovered terra preta, a dark, fertile soil created by people over many generations. This was the result of carefully mixing charcoal, food waste, and organic matter into the ground. Even today, terra preta remains remarkably fertile. Engineering the rainforest. Living in the Amazon meant dealing with constant challenges like heavy rainfall, seasonal floods, and dense vegetation. Rather than viewing these as obstacles, they engineered solutions. Artificial canals improved drainage while also creating efficient transportation routes. Raised agricultural fields protected crops during wet seasons. These projects required planning, cooperation, and knowledge passed through generations. Connected by trade. The straight roads discovered through LiDAR were likely more than simple paths. They connected neighboring settlements into regional networks. Communities exchanged food, pottery, stone, and feathers. Materials found far from their origin suggest long-distance trade between different groups. Nature and belief. Archaeologists believe the natural world played a central role. Spiritual life was closely connected to the surrounding environment. Large plazas may have hosted gatherings and rituals. Their achievements were reflected in how they balanced human life with a complex ecosystem. A different kind of civilization. For generations, people assumed civilization always meant large stone monuments, massive walls, and kings. The Amazon tells a different story. Its people used earth instead of stone, wood instead of marble, and engineering instead of monumental architecture. Complex societies do not always leave giant pyramids. Sometimes they leave carefully shaped landscapes and road networks hidden beneath trees. The lost cities of the Amazon remind us that history is often limited not by what happened, but by what has survived. The cities that suddenly fell silent. For centuries, these communities flourished. Then, something changed. By the time Europeans arrived, many of these once thriving landscapes had entered a dramatic decline. The roads were no longer maintained. The invisible enemy, Europeans, brought diseases such as smallpox, measles, and influenza. For populations with no previous exposure, the consequences were devastating. Generations of knowledge disappeared, fields were abandoned, and trade networks weakened. Communities that depended on cooperation suddenly struggled to survive. When nature took everything back, tropical rainforests change rapidly. A roof collapses, seeds land inside abandoned buildings, and trees begin growing. The Amazon does not preserve abandoned cities in the same way Egypt preserves pyramids. It absorbs them. It became both destroyer and protector. A history hidden in plain sight. By the 19th century, explorers believed they were crossing one of the world's last untouched wildernesses. But archaeology tells a different story. The forest itself had changed. Areas once managed by people had gradually returned to dense vegetation. The greatest illusion was that the rainforest had hidden them so completely that later generations believed they had never existed at all. Rediscovering a forgotten world. Every new archaeological survey adds another piece to the puzzle. LiDAR continues revealing roads that connect distant settlements. Excavations uncover pottery, tools, and evidence of daily life. Studies of ancient soils reveal long-term farming practices. Researchers are beginning to understand that the Amazon's history is far richer than imagined. Yet enormous questions remain unanswered. How many settlements still lie undiscovered? How many people once lived across the region? How were these societies governed? And what traditions disappeared before they could ever be recorded? The answers may still be hidden beneath millions of trees, waiting patiently for the next discovery. Because despite everything archaeologists have uncovered, the Amazon has not finished telling its story. A new age of archaeology. For centuries, archaeologists searched for history with little more than maps, shovels, and patience. Today, they have something previous generations could never have imagined. Aircraft equipped with LiDAR, satellite imagery, ground-penetrating technology, artificial intelligence capable of analyzing enormous amounts of data. Together, these tools are transforming the way researchers explore the ancient world. Instead of excavating blindly, scientists can now identify promising locations before setting foot in the forest. Every new scan increases the possibility of another discovery. And what has been surveyed so far represents only a small fraction of the rainforest. The forest is not empty. For generations, many believed the Amazon had always been an untouched wilderness. Modern research paints a more complex picture. Across the rainforest, ancient communities shaped the landscape. They created fertile soils, managed forests, built roads, and controlled water. They developed settlements that worked alongside one of Earth's most challenging environments. Human history and natural history are often deeply connected. Every major discovery raises another question: how many more remain hidden? Some believe thousands of archaeological sites may still await discovery. Science advances one piece of evidence at a time. Every excavation, every artifact, every sample of ancient soil adds to an enormous puzzle. Why this discovery matters? For decades, textbooks described the rainforest as a place where complex societies could not flourish. New evidence shows the opposite. History changes as new discoveries emerge. Sometimes, a forgotten road beneath the forest changes our understanding of an entire civilization. The Amazon reminds us that our planet still holds remarkable secrets, not because they were impossible to find, but because we lacked the tools. High above, the rainforest appears endless and untouched, but beneath those trees lies a landscape shaped by generations of people. Builders, farmers, engineers. Their cities faded into silence, hidden until science gave us the ability to see them again. History sleeps beneath our feet, waiting for curiosity and technology to uncover it. The Amazon has guarded these stories for centuries. We have only just begun to read the first pages. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more journeys into the hidden chapters of history.